I've arrived at Tokyo Station's Marunouchi North entrance. It's currently 5:30 in the morning. Inside the station, there are a fair number of people walking around, but the ticket gates are still quiet and deserted. The first thing that catches my eye is the beautiful domed ceiling. The eagle sculpture stands proudly, watching over the space. It is said to have a diameter of about 2.1 meters. The ceiling is quite high. It's beautiful. The circular section below features reliefs based on the 12 zodiac signs. They are slightly difficult to see, but in addition to that, there are also intricate decorations, such as a helmet-shaped keystone and reliefs of a mirror and a sword. It's interesting to see subtle Japanese design elements incorporated. The floor also has a solid, dignified feel. Shinkansen trains start running at 6 a.m. Including Shinkansen, the total number of train operations per day is said to be around 4,000. With 28 platforms, it is one of Japan's largest and most prominent stations. The average number of passengers per day is about 400,000, making it the third busiest station in Japan after Shinjuku Station and Ikebukuro Station. Oh, by the way, there is an art museum inside Tokyo Station. The exhibition space makes use of the original brick walls, allowing visitors to see the station building from the inside. It's a casual gallery, perfect for a quick visit. For a moment, the flow of people has stopped. At this time of day, people may only pass through temporarily around the departure times of the Shinkansen. There are moments when a silence arrives, making it feel as if I have this grand space all to myself. This is a sight unique to the early morning. This is a place we usually just pass by, but even these steel diagonal braces are beautifully designed. It is still dark before dawn. Tokyo Station is illuminated until around 11 p.m., but at this hour, it is too dark to see anything. Let's wait until it gets a little brighter before checking out the exterior. I was moved by the sight of the full moon rising in the direction of the Imperial Palace. I have arrived at the south entrance. Tokyo Station has dome ceilings on both its north and south sides. In the early 1900s, when this building was constructed, symmetrical architecture was considered beautiful. By the way, there is a place where you can enjoy a closer view of these domes. That is the Tokyo Station Hotel, located on the south side of Tokyo Station. Some of the hotel rooms overlook the Marunouchi South entrance, allowing guests to view the ceiling up close. The design looks almost the same on the north and south sides, but some of the plaster sections appear gray. This is because some of the original plaster parts from the station's construction have been preserved and embedded. There is a memorial spot to the left of the ticket machines at the south exit. Tokyo Station has witnessed 2 assassination incidents involving prime ministers. This is the spot where Prime Minister Hara Takashi was assassinated in 1921. It states that the prime minister was fatally stabbed in the abdomen by a young man. This relief marks the location where one of those incidents took place. Tokyo Station has been a silent witness to many moments in Japan's history. Next to it, there is an explanation of Tokyo Station's history. The architect behind this station was Kingo Tatsuno, this man right here. With its appearance, many assume it was designed by a foreign architect, but it was actually the work of a Japanese architect. The sign states that Kingo Tatsuno designed the station based on the basic plan by German engineer Franz Balzer. However, initially, Balzer had proposed a station building in a traditional Japanese style. At the time, the Japanese government was promoting Westernization, and the traditional Japanese-style station design was not well received. As a result, Tatsuno's Western-style design was adopted instead. In the Tokyo Station Gallery, there is a model of the Japanese-style station design. With its tiled roof, it has a completely different atmosphere from the current station. I sometimes imagine an alternate future where the original plan was realized. But personally, I prefer the current station. It feels much warmer and more inviting. This ceiling was not always in its current form since the station's original construction. It was destroyed during the Tokyo air raids in 1945. After that, it was rebuilt with an octagonal roof design and remained that way for many years. However, a large-scale restoration project began in 2007 to return it to its original design, and in 2012, it was restored to its present form. To the right of the ticket gate is the entrance to the Tokyo Station Hotel. While the main entrance is outside, having a direct access point right next to the ticket gate is incredibly convenient. In Japan, modern postboxes are typically rectangular, but this one is a traditional cylindrical-style postbox. It was installed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Tokyo Station, replicating the design of the postboxes used at the time of the station's opening. The only place with lights on is the main entrance of the Tokyo Station Hotel. It is the #1 hotel in Japan that I would like to stay at. However, the high accommodation cost and the fact that I live too close to it make it difficult to feel the sense of travel. Because of that, I may not have many opportunities to actually stay here. Let's take another look at the layout of the Marunouchi Station Building. The domed section on the left is the Marunouchi North Gate, which we visited first. Moving your eyes further to the right, you'll see a small entrance with an arched roof. This is the Marunouchi Central Gate. However, at this time of day, it is closed. At the center, surrounded by pine trees, is the VIP entrance. I have never actually seen it in use. This entrance is primarily reserved for the emperor and foreign ambassadors when they head to the Imperial Palace for official ceremonies. Next to it is the entrance to the Tokyo Station Hotel, which I introduced earlier. And at the far right, you'll find the Marunouchi South Gate. This VIP entrance is chained off, restricting general access. When a foreign ambassador arrives in Japan, a ceremony is held at the Imperial Palace to present their credentials to the emperor. On that occasion, a carriage stops at this VIP entrance to transport the ambassador to the palace. It seems that ambassadors can choose between a carriage or a car, but most opt for the carriage. Normally, this area is filled with tourists. Before long, commuters and tourists will start to gather, making it lively. In front of Marunouchi Station, two large buildings stand side by side. The black building on the right is Shin Marubiru, and the white building on the left is Marubiru. Stretching straight between these buildings is Gyokodori Avenue. This road was named after its historical use as the route for the emperor when leaving the palace. It connects Tokyo Station directly to the Imperial Palace. In the past, entry was restricted, but today anyone can walk along it freely. In Japan, where earthquakes are frequent, brick buildings are not very common. Moreover, many modern buildings have unfortunately been demolished, making it very rare in Japan to see a station building from over 100 years ago still standing in its original form. Furthermore, the contrast between the surrounding high-rise buildings and Tokyo Station, which has remained unchanged, makes the station a truly special place. At night, the station is illuminated, and together with the lights from the buildings, it creates a dazzling space filled with light. There are restaurants on the middle floors of Shin Marubiru and Marubiru, where you can enjoy a meal while admiring the view of Tokyo Station. If you look closely at the exterior walls, can you see that the color of the walls on the second and third floors is slightly different? In fact, not only the dome roofs, but also the third floor of the station building were lost in the air raids. During the renovation work in 2012, the third floor was also restored. Until the second floor, the structure was made by placing decorative bricks over regular bricks. However, for the reconstructed third floor, the framework was made of reinforced concrete, and decorative bricks were applied over it. Additionally, to closely replicate the materials used at the time of the station's original construction, materials were collected from all over Japan. A great deal of effort has been dedicated to preserving this historic station for the future. Furthermore, in the 2012 restoration work, large-scale renovations were also carried out to improve the building's earthquake resistance. Seismic isolation devices were installed between the station building and the newly constructed underground structure. Restoring the building alone was a major undertaking, but by incorporating the latest modern technology, efforts have been made to preserve this structure for future generations. Let's cross over to the Imperial Palace side. During the daytime, this road is used by sightseeing buses. In the early morning, however, there is little traffic. Since this area is known as a photogenic spot, it's common to see couples taking wedding photos on Gyokodori, the road right in front of us. By taking a closer look at Tokyo Station like this, it becomes clear that this station is not just a transportation hub, but a special place filled with history and culture. On the west side of the station, the Marunouchi entrance features the historic station building and towering skyscrapers, creating a sophisticated cityscape. On the other hand, the Yaesu entrance on the east side is lined with office buildings and commercial facilities, making it a more business-oriented area. This contrast is another fascinating aspect of Tokyo Station. Of course, the lively daytime scenery is wonderful, but the illuminated station building at night is equally breathtaking. On this channel, I explore and introduce Japan's hidden gems in depth. I'd love for you to subscribe and use these videos as a reference for your next trip. See you in the next video.